Gainesville, Georgia is the county seat of Hall County, and it sits right on the northern tip of Lake Lanier, which is one of the most popular recreation lakes in the entire southeast. Hey, I'm David Kimbrell, a local real estate agent here in Gainesville, Georgia, and I've been helping buyers and sellers navigate this market since 2019. This channel is your go-to resource for everything about living, working, playing, and buying a home in North Georgia, whether you're relocating from Atlanta, from out of state, or from across the world. If you're planning a move to Gainesville, whether that's tomorrow, next month, or even next year, reach out to me directly. My contact info is in the description below. I'd love to be your local tour guide. And if you're new here, remember to make sure to hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell so you never miss a video. Let's get into it. If you're moving to North Georgia and you don't know where to start looking, this video is going to save you weeks of research. I'm going to break down the top 5 areas in the close vicinity of Gainesville, Georgia, what makes each one different, and what you can actually expect to pay for a home there. Stick with me all the way through because number 4 surprises most people. So who moves to Gainesville proper? Well, that's a mix of people. Honestly, you've got longtime locals, young professionals who want walkability and a little bit of a downtown vibe. You've got retirees who want the lake lifestyle, and investors who are buying up properties because the city is genuinely growing. So what's this real estate market like? You can find older homes in established neighborhoods in this part of the area, in anywhere from 250 up. Anything lakefront along the shorelines here, anything there is going to start out 500 up to 4 or 5 million. That's for direct waterfront, and the premium for water access is real. Traffic on 985, which is the corridor into Atlanta, and Highway 129, which carries you down into Athens, during peak hours is real. If you're working from home and you have a flexible schedule, it's much easier to navigate. But if you're coming to Atlanta daily, you'll want to think about where you land in this area. If you want to feel like you're in something, in a real town with things to do, places to be, and the lake close by, Gainesville's your answer. It's the most urban of the 5 areas on the list, and for a certain type of buyer, that's exactly what they want. So number 2 on the list is Flowery Branch. So who moves to Flowery Branch? Young families who want good schools, safe neighborhood feel, newer homes, and the ability to get to Atlanta when they need to. Flowery Branch sits on the 985 corridor. The big selling point here is highway access. You can get on 985 and be moving towards Atlanta in just a couple of minutes. A lot of what you'll find in Flowery Branch was built in the last 20 years. Think planned subdivisions with amenities, pools, tennis courts, walking trails, homes with open floor plans. This is one of the best bets in the area. You'll find a range here, roughly $325 to $650. Homes move quickly in the good school districts. Flowery Branch feels a little suburban in the best way. It's clean, it's growing, there's retail and restaurants popping up everywhere, and it's got that community feel where kids are riding bikes and people know their neighbors. If your priority is a new home, good schools, and easy internet access, Flowery Branch is probably your number 1 contender. Well, number 3 on the list is Buford, and it's the most developed area that we're talking about today. Buford sits right on the border of Gwinnett County and Hall County. It's got easy access to Interstate 985 and Interstate 85, which means you're connected north and south on the 2 busiest corridors in the area. The elephant in the room is the Mall of Georgia is here, and with that comes every restaurant chain, every big box store, every shopping option you could want. Buford wins this category by a mile. Lake Lanier Islands is also in this area. It's a resort destination with a huge water park, a marina, 5-star hotels, and event venues and campgrounds. It's more of a tourist draw than a day-to-day perk, but it does add to the character of the area. Buford attracts buyers who want the full package. Good schools, one of the largest football stadiums in the state, great amenities, newer development, and the ability to get to Atlanta reasonably quick. So the market in Buford tends to run a little higher than Flowery Branch, especially inside the city school district boundaries. So you can expect $375,000 to $700,000 plus for most of this market. So if all this meets what you're looking for, Buford might be your spot. So number 4 is the one that surprises people, Clermont and the North Hall area. Clermont's a small community north of Gainesville, and when people talk about the North Hall area, they mean the territory heading towards the mountains. you can get a significant amount of land, half an acre, multiple acres, at prices that would get you a townhome down in Buford. And you're still within 20 to 30 minutes of downtown Gainesville amenities. You'll find a mix, some older ranch-style homes on large lots and acreage, some newer construction where developers are building because land is still relatively affordable, and a lot of custom homes for buyers who want to design their own space. If you've got a boat, an RV, animals, or just need room to breathe, this is your area. So who moves here? People who've done their time in the suburbs and want out. Remote workers who don't want to commute and prioritize quality of life and space over convenience to work areas. Families with kids who want land to run around on. People who like the idea of mountain adjacent living. The North Georgia wine country, hiking trails, apple orchards, peach orchards. All of that's closer here than anyone else on the list. This is probably some of the most affordable on the list. You can find solid homes on some land for $300 to $475. The ceiling goes up for newer construction on properties with significant acreage or the good mountain views. The vibe is quiet, slower, more private. You can sit on your back porch and listen. You'll hear birds and maybe a tractor somewhere in the distance. Not a highway, not the hustle and bustle of a city. That's the trade-off. You give up some convenience and gain a whole lot of peace. For the right buyer, there's nothing better. So last but certainly not least, number 5 is Oakwood, and I'd call this one of the most underrated options on the list. Oakwood sits south of Gainesville, actually butts up to Gainesville between Gainesville and Flowery Branch, just off 985, and it's honestly one of the most convenient areas in Hall County that people overlook because it doesn't have the same recognition as others. But here's the deal. Oakwood gives you easy access to 985, proximity to Gainesville, affordable housing compared to most of its neighbors, and a community that's been quietly improving its infrastructure and commercial base over time. The housing stock here is a mix, some older homes, some value-priced properties, and a lot of newer builds being scattered throughout. It doesn't have the glossy subdivisions of feel of Flowery Branch and Buford. So who moves to Oakwood? A lot of first-time buyers who want to get into the market, people who need to stretch their budget without leaving the area entirely, or investors who see opportunity in the value gap between Oakwood and its more expensive neighbors. The vibe here is no frills, real community. Oakwood isn't going to win any awards for curb appeal as a whole, but it's a real place where real people live, and it's got everything you need close by. For a buyer who prioritizes value and location over fancy aesthetics and prestige, Oakwood's the smartest choice. Every single one of these areas is a great place to build a great life. None of these has anything wrong. They just have a little different feel and a different fit for different people. If you want the most options for lake access and an urban feel, Gainesville and the downtown area is for you. If you want newer homes and easy commuting, Flowery Branch is for you. If you want maximum amenities near the Mall of Georgia, Buford is for you. If you want space, quietness, and mountainous living, Clermont and the North Hall area are for you. And if you want convenience and value, Oakwood's for you. If you're trying to figure out which of these areas makes the most sense for your situation, then let's talk. Call or text me directly. My number's on the screen and in the description. I'll ask you a few questions, get a feel for your lifestyle and for your budget, and point you in the direction of the neighborhood that actually makes sense for you. No pressure, no sales pitch, just a real conversation. And if you're not ready to talk yet, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. I put out videos covering real estate, neighborhoods, things to do, and the overall real estate market in North Georgia. There's a lot more coming. I'll see you on the next one.